Hi, my name is Bob Brennaman. I'm a realtor here in Charleston, South Carolina. Today we're going to talk about James Island. James Island is an area that I get asked a lot of questions about. I haven't done a video on it yet, so I thought today would be a good time to talk about it. James Island is an island by creeks and rivers. Your nearest beach would be Folly Beach, so not too far to get out there. You know, the things that I like about James Island is its proximity to Charleston. You can be literally in downtown Charleston in 5 minutes. It's got some beautiful vistas along Harborview Road of downtown Charleston, oak trees, the Charleston Harbor, creeks and rivers. So it's really, there's some really pretty parts of James Island. It's in a process of being redeveloped. I mean, the mindset somewhat on James Island is to push back against redevelopment, which is, I think, is why James Island probably sits behind some of the other areas like Mount Pleasant as far as places that I would, recommend, depending on your price point you end up. But James Island's got a pretty cool little business district, a lot of eclectic shops and restaurants. We've recently discovered, Becky and I have a place called The Lot, which is a more or less farm to table type restaurant. Some really different eateries out there, some boutique shops, and just kind of an eclectic feel, I think. Again, very close to downtown Charleston, so it's popular for people that are at the medical university, people that work downtown, and a fair number of students live out there. I've sold a number of condominiums to parents that are buying them for the kids over the years, and it's, again, easy access to College of Charleston, the Citadel, places like that. Another area in and around James Island is the Windermere Shopping Center, which is just literally right over the Ashley River Bridge. And you have a place like Earth Fare, which is kind of a Whole Foods type homegrown store, I believe. You got your Starbucks and a lot of little restaurants and shops to walk to. Also on James Island, up Maybank Highway, is the Charleston Municipal Golf Course. I mean, I certainly would not rate the Municipal Golf Course that high if you're, a golfer. But it's kind of cool. It's been there forever. It's very flat, as most things are here in Charleston. And it's conveniently located if you live on James Island or some of the areas around it. It's a good golf course to get out for and not spend a lot of money. Over off Maybank Highway are some really cool neighborhoods, some older neighborhoods, probably dates back to the 40s and 50s, that kind of have like an old village feel somewhat, I think. If you ride around, you probably, and you didn't know you were in James Island, you may feel like you're in the old village of Mount Pleasant. So, it's got some history, and again, good places to go hang out. Mixed bag of neighborhoods. The Crescent, probably the highest end neighborhood and really beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. One of my favorites in all of Charleston. And then you have some, houses that are not as expensive, and you have some that are, again, more expensive, depending on where they are in relation to the water. Lots of really pretty oak trees on James Island. It's a very treed area, and it's, honestly, if you can't afford being in Mount Pleasant, James Island's a really good fallback from a location and from, things to do. The James Island County Park is out there, which has kayaking and climbing wall and things to do. A lot of green space on James Island. The one downside I will say James Island, in all honesty for me, is the traffic. The traffic on Folly Road at certain times of the day, and certainly during beach season, can be a bit of work. Again, if you stay over on the Harborview side of James Island, then you're kind of staying out of a lot of that, and you're still getting some of the benefits cost-wise that you save in being on James Island compared to Mount Pleasant. Well, that wraps things up today for our talk about James Island. I hope this was helpful in getting you some more information about Charleston. And if you have questions about the area, James Island, Mount Pleasant, Folly Beach, any of the areas in and around Charleston, and you want more information, please feel free to give me, Bob Brennaman, a call at the Brennaman Group at area code 843-345-6074, or you can always catch us on the web at charlestonproperty.net. Thanks so much, y'all.